Thanks for staying up late and welcome to Football Friday. We have a lot to talk about, so let's get right into the show and tell you what's on the show. Battle of Valencia County. They give away a chili roaster in this one, so it's serious. Cheerleaders and Band of the Week, and of course, our power poll. Eldorado and Rio Rancho, both teams trying to gain another win and keep losses at only a game. Eagles brought their own sign to bust it up, and we started the first quarter with Eldorado's Zach Gentry playing quarterback, and he's the big guy, and he's going to take the snap. Quick pitch to Michael Ward, trying to bounce it out to the outside, but ridden out of bounds. Drive would stall. Eldorado forced to punt. Rio Rancho's Dylan Brady back to receive, and he's got a seam. Great blocking. Brady taking the return up midfield. 33-yard return. Rams with excellent field position. Then Rams trying to do something with that excellent field position. Easton Brewer under center, dropping back, firing across the middle. Austin Patterson hauling it in off the curl, doing work, macing one defender miss, still on his feet and finally brought out. Then Brewer out of the gun, rolling right, plants, fires, is caught downfield. First down by Tristan Foley. Rams driving from the 1. Brewer with the give to Jordan Lara. Easy score. Rams go up 7-0 in the first. Next Eagle possession, though. Gentry out of the gun, swinging it out to Jonah Maestas, who gets a ball into the Ram territory. The Eagles would have to punt. Rams getting the ball back and backed up in their own territory. Brewer with the give to Lara again, but Eldorado's Adam Stempick with the strip. Eagles in business from short yardage. Eldorado's Gentry taking the snap, looks right, then left, fires to the end zone. Jonah Maestas there for the touchdown, tying the game at 7. Next Rams possession, Brewer back to pass, fires across the middle. Interception, Alex Ostrom coming up big for the Eagles. Eagles getting into Ram territory, and then Gentry trying to work it again with the quick dish to Tobin Brazier, who turns upfield quick, going all the way to the house. But in the end, it would be Rio Rancho coming back to win by the slimmest of margins. 39-38, Rams over Eldorado in a barn burner. Valley Vikings coming out to play Atrisco Heritage Jaguars. Jaguars suffered their only blemish of the season last week, trying to change all that this week. Valley's Troy Giddens would take the kickoff. And Troy, what you got tonight? Jaguar says, we got it for dinner. We're serving stuffing. Stuffed by the Jaguars. Quarterback Bo Coleman comes on the field, uses his arm a little as he finds Aaron Molina in the flat for a nice gain. Then Coleman, same play, same receiver, same result. Next time, Coleman deciding to keep it on the option, getting stuffed, and the Jags defense looking at like Notre Dame out there playing some big D. Jaguar offense would get going. Nathaniel Good hands off to Reese Alvarez, and he would spin out for a good gain. Then Gilbert Ramirez Jr. taking the handoff, but he coughs it up. Jags were fortunate to recover. They would take advantage as Nathaniel Good would find Jeremy Sanchez, and Jeremy's hanging out where you should hang out, in the end zone. Touchdown, but this will be a close one. Valley opens district play, getting the victory, 31-28 over Atrisco Heritage. All right, we talked about it on the show part, the battle for a legendary chili roaster taking place in Valencia County, and you know who we had to send to that. Our Lawrence Gilligan here with the game of the week. Lawrence, you knew you were going to get the chili roaster.
Yeah, thanks, man. You know, that chili roaster always up for grabs each and every year. And, you know, all it does is really make me hungry at this time of night. That's all it really does. Let's take the beautiful bean footage right now as we speak.
It's over. Next drive, we got to be way better.
All right, Los Lunas marching into Belen. It's 26-0 Tigers in the third. And check out Chris Wisniewski on the fake, finding Preston Scholander on the dive catch. It's 33-0 Tigers. Belen trying to get some offense going, but Chris Peralta handing it off to Andrew Castillo on the reverse, but the Tigers D sniffs that one out pretty well. That's going to be a nice stop. And on the fourth quarter, Tigers keeping it on the ground. Jalen Chavez going up the far sideline, taking it to the house. You know, Mr. Chavez has been running all over teams this entire year. He does it once again They hoist that chili roaster. I don't know what kind of chilies you could be roasting in that one, Van. It looks like it's got a lot of tradition to it. I'm not sure. 40-0 is the final. Los Lunas improves to 6-0, while Belen is 4-2.
It's a big win. Anytime you beat Belen, it's a big win. They're a good football team. We had a few things go our way tonight. We were fortunate, and we're just happy to get out here with a win.
All right, well, Van, I'm going to have more from you later on in the show as we take a look at the Thursday Night Rewind, but that is the game of the week. Back to you.
Yeah, did you enjoy the chili roaster? Did you get any chili?
I didn't get any chili. I never seem to do. I only take pictures of it, and that's about it.
Oh, man, your breakfast is going to be dull in the morning.
Yeah, I know.
It took a couple of weeks before they got on track. The Volcano Vista Hawks looking to turn a pair of victories into 3 tonight and pull their record to 500.
And rifle! And rifle! And rifle! And rifle! Volcano Vista, don't you
Standing in the way, the Del Norte Knights. Knights coming out in their black and blue. We start with the Knights. Forced to punt. Caleb Nixon, booming one. Man, he got all of that one to Justin Perez. Hawks special teams looking good and making room for Perez to run, but the Knights, Nico Baca gets his hand on the pigskin, rips it out. Del Norte recovers. Knights will try to take advantage as the cheerleaders were cheering them on. Tyrell Jackson keeping it, taking it up the middle. Tyrell, nifty moves, but he needs some stickum because he can't come up with it. On the ensuing punt, Joe Circe Ortega would field it and look for an opening, and you know when it's Joe Circe Ortega, he's doing something. He would find some room, do some juking and some diving, all the way to the end zone. This kid has serious talent. Finding the score for the Volcano Vista Hawks, they go on to win it. That's the game winner because that's all they needed. 47-6, they take care of business. Mayfield at Gadsden tonight. The Mayfield Trojans looking to do something good, and they hand the ball to Marcus Engelman, and he's into the end zone just like that. Mayfield rolling over Gadsden big time tonight. Final score in this one, 51-21. Timeout is called. That's only the first bell. More football is on the way. 2 storied programs meeting a showdown in Clovis. Who is smiling tonight, Wildcats or Bulldogs? And the mighty Santa Rosa Lions try to stay perfect on the road in Estancia. First, check out our cheerleaders of the week.
Logan! Longhorns, red and white! Logan! Longhorns, red and white! Last time! Logan!